Hello and welcome back to the Fire Emblem Talkthrough, me the Jonin Monkey.
And me, Sven the Crusader.
Last time, we decided to hitchhike with pirates to the cursed island known as Valor, also Dread Isle, as its charming nickname.
Yes. You know, as you do, just hitch a ride on a pirate ship to a cursed island.
Yeah. Oh, such fun.
He hears death whispering on the wind. That's not melodramatic at all.
Oh, it could be worse. It could be nothing ever went right for me. It was raining on the day I was born.
Oh god, something tells me I know where that's from, but I don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't. Anyway, this scene plays out very differently in the two different versions. In anyone's story, the first time you see this, you get Fargus's motivation, which would be cool, but Fargus doesn't actually have any the major effect on the plot aside from this. He's just their transport, essentially.
Yeah, yeah, spoilers, you pretty much only ever see him now.
Yeah, so you will have, so he will never have an effect on the plot. This scene, on the other hand, it is the emotional trauma of both Lyn and Hector here, because yeah, Lyn's still annoyed. Well, annoyed is an understatement, frankly, because she kind of links pirates to bandits, and the bandits slaughtered her family.
Yeah. Kind of understandable, that, really. Yeah.
And honestly, I do really like this scene, even if it is unbelievably sad, because as Lyn kind of points out, it's not just the fact that they killed them, it's the fact that these guys kind of used underhanded tactics of poisoning their drinking water first, so even if you weren't slaughtered by the axes, you died a very slow, painful death.
Yeah, but yeah, basically, no one ever mourns for murdering the Talaver bandits.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And but it's not just about Lyn, because in fairness, we already knew this. This is her elaborating on it, but well, we're also gonna get some more elaboration on the Hector's backstory in a little moment.
Which will be nice, considering he's kind of been a brute up until this point, let's be honest.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense, but in any good story, he's pretty much sort of the gruff best friend and doesn't really get the chance to, I guess, show us who he really is, let's say.
Yeah, that's kind of why this is... That's kind of why this route is nice in that regard.
Yeah. And it's always nice to see this artwork.
I have always loved that cutscene.
Yeah. It's just kind of... It's very simple, but it fits the moment so well, especially when you get kind of Hector who doesn't show his emotions easily either. So. And I have to say, also, it's a very small touch, but I really do love the use of music here. The moment where it goes silent and then starts up again, and it's just... It works really well. It's one thing I must stress to a lot of writers. Even if you use music in cutscenes, it doesn't matter if the animation is stiff or it's just walls of text. If you use music right, you can still get the emotional punch you need.
Yes, especially if it's music like this, dear God.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing we haven't really talked about. Considering that this is a Game Boy Advance game and it's not like the most powerful system imaginable, there is a lot of great music in this.
Yeah, it's pretty much a crowning soundtrack of awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. I just really wish I could remember the name of this theme offhand. I'm pretty sure that Wind is in the title somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure where.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I really can't remember either. Then again, I really can't remember any of the titles except Nerdal's theme.
Ooh. I'll have to ask about that later. Anyway. After that emotional moment and the revelation that Hector is really not that good at showing emotions full stop,
Yeah, somehow no one was surprised.
Yeah, but it's time to move the plot along because they found out because they've just found something in a nearby boat.
Yes,
and,
yes, and because, as Hector so delicately put it, Elliewood was done talking to old men.
Yeah, pretty much. And this is where this is where the two scenes would meet, and from this moment onwards, it's exactly the same no matter what route you're taking, honestly.
Yep.
And Dart shows his sense of chivalry, basically asking Italy to kind of give her a hand because he's, as he puts it, doesn't know where to grab the unconscious girl.
No comment.
Yeah.
That could, oh god, that could be such an unfortunate metaphor for inexperienced men trying to have sexual relations.
Okay, moving on.
I'm so sorry, but I've always thought that. Even whenever I was 11 playing this game for the first time. That came across so wrong.
Yes, again, moving on. Here's Nidian.
Yes, we haven't seen her for ages. At this point, originally I'd practically forgotten who she was.
Yeah. It has been a long time, and so you kind of see her out of the blue like this is a sudden revelation and nothing else, and unfortunately, she has, as TV Tropes likes to call it, laser-guided amnesia.
Yep. Joy.
Yeah. That might have been earlier spoiler, but trust me, you'd find out at the end of this chapter anyway, and oh god, is it annoying.
Yeah, just refer to that Zelda VGT for basically both our thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'll get more into it later on, but never mind. Point is, it's now time for action, as we are now being raided.
And someone's just rammed the ship.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Yeah, especially since that means that our incredibly useful pirate allies are completely out of the picture.
Pretty much, because they have to go and seal out the sinking ship. I'm not quite sure how exactly, but they're managing it.
Oh, it's Fire Emblem. I don't question the logic anymore.
Who knows? Maybe there's a healing spell involving fixing wood.
Oh my god, what an image that is.
do 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 do. Yeah, this is another survival chapter. The premise is, as Sven said, all of our allies are below deck trying to fix the ship, but they'll return within about, I believe it's 7 turns, so yeah, the goal, survive until then, but me being me, instead of holding my ground, I tend to basically charge straight at them, because honestly, this chapter's not too hard if you know where to attack, basically.
Oh, hey, random army character development. Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, remember when we said that Anna was the wife of a character named Jake from the original Fire Emblem? This is Jake's counterpart.
Yep, the running gag.
Pretty much. And he's basically just saying, hello, despite the fact that this is a pirate ship, we have shops on board.
Well, I guess they gotta make money somehow whenever they're not murdering people for their livings. Anyway, moving on.
But maybe this is the way they conduct their piracy. They kidnap people, put them onto the ship and say, you will buy something! We have low prices! Buy!
Oh my god, were they pirates hired by Richard?
I'd say they were more hired by the salesman, but anyway.
Somehow oh god, now I'm picturing this unholy alliance of Richard and salesman.
Oh, in jokes. Anyway.
Yeah. VGT in jokes and a Fire Emblem. Wow, where am I going with this?
Yeah. Anyway, as you can see here, we've got a variety of things. I can't speak.
It's promise.
It's mostly a raid. It's mostly a series of raids and steel weapons. So, if you're hoping for maneuverable weapons like the iron stuff, I You won't find it here, unfortunately. Although, I would advise you stocking up on magic tomes, because, dear lord, it's a pain when those things run out.
Oh god, no kidding. And even the iron weapons, once you've just come out of the last chapter, oh, yeah. they're a lifesaver.
Oh, gee. And so, the best way to handle this is to basically split the teams up over various flags. Sven, I have take on the south flag. Sword users and any cavaliers like Kent I have take the top right-hand flank, and yeah. That usually takes care of them.
Lost their jewels later on. Okay.
Yeah, I just decided to cut out a lot of these battles because they got repetitive very quickly.
Yeah, I can understand that. I was just like, that segue, what?
Yeah. Well, one of our questionable running jokes has been castrating our pirates, so...
Oh, you meant jewels like that. Just as I was gonna make a castration joke.
Yeah. Also, moving on, the other units you have to worry about getting caught out by are the Pegasus Knights, which, like in all of the Hector mode chapters, just like to appear at random moments.
Yeah, also nice level up there, Kent.
Yeah. Pretty much the only reason I'm showing these battles is if A, there's some new enemies, or B, we get level ups out of them.
Speaking of which, nice level up, Lynn. Good work.
Yeah. I'm getting screwed over by the stats a lot, but anyway. And yes, we obtained the longsword, which is a weapon that's very useful in taking down cavalry, which we will end up using a lot later.
Yes, and as we see here, the iron sword is still a very useful weapon in taking off enemy balls.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever explained this, I say ignoring the vulgarity of that last statement, but basically, as you get higher up with the weapons, they deliver more damage, but they also have a higher weight factor, and basically weight cuts down the speed, meaning that it's more difficult to double attack and dodge enemy strikes, so a lot of the time it's easier to equip the basic weapons so that when you're getting surrounded by a swarm of enemies, your characters will have more chance of moving out the way.
Yes. Basically save the heavy stuff for units that actually have constitution.
Pretty much. Constitution is body build, just for those who don't know. So, yeah, there are also archers on there, but I said to take care of them, and on the left-hand side, as I showed you a few seconds ago, there'll be a constant stream of shamans, and you'll also find the boss there, I believe it's Zoldan. I'm trying to remember if it's this map Zoldan appears or another one.
Well, it's not that shaman, so we're gonna see in a bit then.
Yeah, pretty much.
And hey, the vampire spell, and that's Canis critically.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah, that's really kind of shameful, that.
Yeah.
Being critical by possibly, statistically, the worst magic user in the game.
Yeah, well, there are someone would argue are worse, but anyway, the main problem with armaments is that in both
it's like so many lemmings off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, basically either get Canis or your faster units, or Lucius if you're raising him, which I'm not, and yeah, the shamans will go down pretty darn quickly. Also, yeah, it is Zoldan, and if you use Matthew wisely here, you can steal the speed wings, which is a very useful stat raising item that raises, well, guess. Out of all the possibilities, just guess.
Totally raises body build.
Yes, indeed.
Ignoring the fact that more body build means more bulk and less speed.
It's an ironic name.
Clearly it was designed by a hipster.
Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, on Turn 7, and then 9.
Stack mops.
Yeah, I got bored editing this. But yeah, you get reinforcements from behind eventually, but honestly, if you take account of already wiped out the guys on the other side of the decks, these will pose no problems at all. It's just redirecting all of your previous units to go and take care of them.
Pretty much.
And you also have the boss Zoldan. Now, if you kill him, the map will automatically end before the time limit. However, that's easier said than done, because the spell Luna is the main reason why people end up using shamans, because it is a spell that cuts down the the opponent's resistance in half, basically meaning that it can do a devastating amount of damage, especially to bosses who have ridiculously high resistance anyway.
And not to mention, it gives plus 15 critical, I believe.
Yeah, so overall, one of the strongest spells in the entire game, or at the very least the most useful.
Yeah, so even I'll admit, it's a useful spell, if a bit broken, and if the unit who has to use it kinda sucks.
Yeah, so pretty much the best way to kill Zoldan is basically either get your heavy hitters with high HP like Hector to just slam them into him, or just use Florina, because whilst her resistance is not very useful here, she can at least avoid it, so...
And double attack. That's always important.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, that book line of dialogue, we only done when, like me, you kill the boss before the time runs out. If the 11 turns are out, Fargus just comes back and kills all the units for you.
Because, you know, he's level 17, he can do that.
Yeah, pretty much. So, overall, my personal strategy is just to split the group up and just attack all of them before they can get to us. But another good strategy is to basically just hold your ground with the more defensive units. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, although, just objectively speaking here, going after the enemy is probably the better choice if you want that free guiding ring and the speed wings.
Yeah, oh, yes, I forgot about that. The guiding ring, don't know if we mentioned it, but that's the promotional item for magic users. So, if you want to promote Cadus, Crusader, or Lucius if you're using him later on, then yeah, good idea to get it now.
Pretty much.
Oh, and now even Nidion's being accused of being cursed.
Oh, everything about this episode is cursed. I mean...
Pretty much. It's been... we've had so many uploading difficulties before this.
Yeah, it's a long story. A very long, painful story that we will not go into.
Yeah. And now Lindis is remembering that... the connection to the Black Fang. Remember that mysterious group that was trying to kidnap Nidion in the prologue chapters? Yep, Black Fang.
Yep. You know, again, at this point, I forgot who they were originally.
Yeah, so... pretty much, I forgot where I was going with that.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, now I remember. I am a professional, I swear I am a professional. Basically, this is where the prologue chapters start to connect with the main story, apart from just being Lindis' backstory. So, yeah, nice touch there, I suppose.
Yeah.
And so, this is where one of the tougher acts of... What the feck are you doing past me?
Okay.
You have a lot of explaining to do.
I have never seen that screen before. That was an educational experience.
Yeah, that's me using the Game Boy player. Yes, we'll just gloss over that. Oh yeah, this is another Lindis and Hector scene, which is actually pretty strange in hindsight, but I'll kind of explain later, but yeah, this scene is an additional bonus to the Hector story, because this is when he also connects it to that other prologue chapter, the one where he and Matthew are escaping the castle, and he's revealing that, yep, Black Fang involved in that too. The Black Fang are involved in everything. Remember that time you tripped over? That was the Black Fang.
Remember that time you spilled your tea? That was totally the Black Fang.
Oh, yes. Remember that time when you were locked in your room and it looked like it was very obviously Hector? No, that was a Black Fang. Honestly.
Secretly Black Fang everywhere. So this is the conspiracy that all those conspiracy theorists have been going on for so long.
Yep. Oh dear. But yeah, as I was saying before, the Game Boy player screen and past me's antics threw me off. This is when the tougher act this is when one of the toughest acts in the game starts, because we're now on Dread Isle, and whilst the island itself isn't all that cursed, the enemies are, well, pretty much evil buggers, to say the least.
Yeah, it doesn't help matters any that we're going to spend the next few chapters completely in fog of war.
Pretty much. But on the plus side, we do get Dart as one of our comrades now.
Yay!
So we have one single pirate on our side. I'm pretty sure that's alright. I mean, Vargas, you could come with us, you know. You know, a bit of adventure, yar har har, fiddle-de-dee, pirates, etc.
Nope, has to stay behind with the ship.
Curses!
Yeah, spoiler, Dart's gonna be the only unit of that particular class that we're going to get in the entire game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, excluding one pre-promote, but that's a different story.
Yeah, and with that said, we are now beginning our journey on Dread Isle, so join us next time, when, oh, bloody hell, that intro scooter. Basically, join us next time for more fun. I've been the Jonin Monkey.
And I've been Sven the Crusader. Where the Black Fang, they're everywhere.